Hi, my name is Tim and I'm in Tokyo. Let's have a look at the city together. Looking out of the hotel window, Tokyo is a sprawl of skyscrapers and urban development. It's a city of many contradictions, and that's part of what makes it so fascinating for travellers. The old and the new sit side by side. You'll see ancient houses, temples and palaces in juxtaposition to the gleaming towers of a commercial Japan. You can find serene gardens to take some time to reflect, but you'll also experience the in-your-face Tokyo with its colours, vibrancy and a surprise around every corner. Go-karting through the streets, restaurants where you're served by robots, multicoloured vending machines and even giant crabs are the norm in Tokyo. Nowhere epitomises the extraordinary frenetic energy of Tokyo more than the world-famous Shibuya Scramble. It's reported to be the busiest pedestrian crossing in the world, and it's easy to believe when you're in the middle of the chaos of pedestrians crossing from every direction to get across the road. Somehow it works, and it certainly lives up to expectations as a unique Tokyo experience. Small shopping arcade next to the crossing, you can take a lift up to a higher floor and watch the scramble from above. The entrance fee is the cost of an overpriced drink, but it's worth it for a bird's eye view of the street below. Looking from above, it's mesmerising as the people turn into ants as they navigate their way on the crossing. It's a fun and extraordinary example of high-density urban living in Tokyo. I was lucky enough to be staying at the ANA Intercontinental Hotel, which was an excellent base for exploring the centre of Tokyo. It was time to do some more sightseeing. There are lots of different ways to get about in Tokyo. One way is by using the taxis. We found them to be plentiful and reasonably affordable. Today I'm having a look at the Imperial Palace. A very popular tourist attraction in Tokyo is the Imperial Palace. It's the main residence of the Emperor of Japan, and it's set in stunning gardens right in the centre of the city. The palace has served as the residence of successive emperors since 1868. As well as being the main residence of the emperor, the grounds also include the Imperial Palace complex, where His Majesty carries out his official duties. We weren't able to access the palace itself, but the East Gardens are open to the public and provide a serene oasis to explore right in the heart of the city. The gardens are zoned into different areas, and there's a huge variety of plants, trees and vegetation in different environments to enjoy. The gardens offer some stunning colours and quiet spaces to escape the hustle and bustle of the city. The tranquility and the beauty makes you forget you're right next to Tokyo's commercial district. Next stop was a visit to Tokyo's Central Station, which is very close to the Imperial Palace. It's the busiest station in Japan, with more than 4,000 trains arriving and departing each day. On average, 500,000 people use the station daily. Some say the design is based on Amsterdam's Central Station. With its Western architecture, it certainly sits in stark contrast to the modern skyscrapers that surround it. As the sun sets and we head into the evening, we're jumping into a taxi and heading to the buzzing neon-lit area known as Shinjuku. We're heading to a lively Japanese restaurant that got good reviews to soak up some of the local neighbourhood vibe. We weren't always sure what we were ordering or eating, but the restaurant had a great atmosphere and we were made to feel very welcome and had a great time. The area known as Shinjuku is full of restaurants and bars and clubs, and we tried a few during our trip. We found a tiny little neighbourhood Italian restaurant called Cook Inn. The restaurant is small and lively and very popular. The tables were snapped up quickly. The restaurant has an open kitchen, and the night we were there was only one waiter, but he managed to look after the whole restaurant and keep everybody happy. His English was good enough to help us with the menu and make us feel really welcome. We weren't sure what the quality of the Italian food would be like, but the pasta and pizza was surprisingly good. We also tried a tiny Thai restaurant in Shinjuku, which was upstairs in an office block. Again, this was a very small and quirky restaurant, but the food was cheap, tasty, and the service and the atmosphere was great. After dinner, there are literally hundreds of tiny bars and clubs if you want to carry on into the night. Tokyo nightlife. Soon it was our last morning in Tokyo for this part of our trip, and our last breakfast at the Intercontinental. We had a final stroll around the streets near our hotel and came to a doggy beauty parlour and got a glimpse into what life is like if you're a pampered pooch in Tokyo. It was time to wave the hotel goodbye and leave Tokyo and head to the station for the next leg of our trip, the bullet train to Kyoto. Sadly, it's time to leave amazing Tokyo. If you've enjoyed my guide and you'd like to see some more of my travels, please click subscribe. Until next time, thank you for watching. Goodbye.